back, boxing fam. We got another video for y'all. I was gonna make a standalone video on this, but man, I'm like way behind on some stuff, so we're gonna talk about it on here with my brother Tyler. It's your boy Marcus. We're here. We're finna talk about this Shannon Sharpe and Shakur Stevenson debate, and I'm gonna go through some key points on it. Tyler, you ready to go through this?
I'm ready.
All right. Let's tell you how this started. The exchange happened during an appearance by Shakur Stevenson on the Nightcap. That's Sharpe's podcast. Sharpe made note that Stevenson was or slash is an incredible, talented boxer, but skill alone doesn't make someone a star. Fans are paying premium prices. They want entertainment and knockouts. And lastly, Steven wouldn't receive the recognition he deserves until he became more aggressive. That's what Shannon Sharpe said. He then went on to compare Shakur Stevenson to Tim Duncan. I hope everybody's familiar with Tim Duncan. I know it's a different generation out there now, but it's like one of the top 15.
Big fundamental.
The big fundamental. And that's what Shakur Stevenson, he's a very fundamental boxer. He's economical with his punches, and he hit and don't get hit, basically. So that was the first. That's how it started. That's what it's all about. Those statements right there. He didn't like the Tim Duncan comparison. He didn't like the I guess basically calling him boring or whatever because he wasn't a star. Say he wasn't a star or something like that. I don't think he was trying to. Well, I'll get to that later. I'll get to what Shannon was trying to say. It just came off the wrong way. This is why Stevenson got upset. Stevenson felt Sharpe was disrespecting his accomplishments as a boxer. We're talking about a multi-division champion right here. At different weight classes, undefeated, pound for pound listed. One of the great young up-and-comers, now one of the current best fighters out there. Some people say he is the best fighter out there, since the best fighters retired. No, that's their opinion. I'm going to let them have it. He said people calling him boring don't understand boxing. I got a problem with that statement. I'll get to that later. He said elite defense is one of the top skills. That's what Stevenson argued in boxing. I think I agree with him. I think if you ask a boxer what skill he would want more than anything, it'd be elite defense. Because you don't want to get hit.
Exactly.
The goal is to hit and not get hit. He stated that he has proven he wasn't a boring fighter in fights with William Zepeda and Teofimo Lopez. He said he pushed action in those fights. I mean, those were okay fights to me. I still think there's room for improvement if you want to look for the entertainment factor. But I think Shakur Stevenson had a point there. He challenged Sharpe on if he actually watched his fights, and Sharpe didn't reply. So that tells me that Shannon Sharpe probably does not watch a lot of Shakur Stevenson fights. And I can honestly tell you a lot of people don't watch a lot of Shakur Stevenson fights. So that's another point that I think.
Let me say this real quick before you keep going. I think I'm gonna say this. I don't think anybody really watches boxing period anymore. I'm gonna say that first off. Like, we know of the sport and know the names, but when it comes to boxing, it's so hard. Well, for the fans like me and you and all that, it's harder for us to watch than it is for Shannon Sharpe to watch it, because you literally have to pay to watch boxing. Like these other streaming services have sports events you can watch while you're paying for your streaming service. So with Shannon Sharpe, he probably doesn't watch boxing because maybe it's not exciting to him. But Shakur Stevens have to understand that he's in a sport where it's not like it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's spread out. It's spread out, man. It's like it's on a whole bunch of different platforms. I think everybody's trying to get consolidated in one spot. I think everybody's moving to the zone. I think it's going to be the home, at least for mostly everybody. I know PBC just moved over. They still got Golden Boy. They still got Matchroom. I think Top Rank's over there now. So you still got Zuffa Boxing. They trying to do their own thing. We'll see what happens. But it's kind of getting easier to watch boxing. The thing is, imagine having to pay to watch a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
That's where boxing is getting the biggest disconnect. They gotta get out of that. They gotta get out of all the good stuff you gotta pay for.
I think it's all about brand deals.
They need to put it back on network TV, back on NBC, back on Fox, back on CBS. I think that's where they're gonna start getting the crowds back. They got to put it back on prime time local television so everybody can see them. That's my opinion on that. But yeah, I get to say I can go on a whole spill on that. I'm gonna get to let me get back to Shakur Stevenson, Shannon Sharpe stuff. Why this got personal? Because Stevenson accused Sharpe of being a casual fan, and if anybody watch boxing, you don't like the term to be called a casual fan because that's basically telling you don't know ish. You just know the big names. You don't really know much about boxing. You don't know the different fighting styles and all this. So you never want to be called a casual fan. And he said casual fans are ignorant about the sport. Lastly, he said Sharpe was someone who had never boxed, therefore he didn't understand boxing. I also take a problem with that because a lot of people that talk boxing, they haven't boxed. There's a lot of fans that watch boxing that haven't boxed, that know boxing. I've never boxed, but I know boxing.
Max Kellerman, so, he never boxed, but he damn sure knows boxing.
There you go. I think that's the most problematic statement he made with fans. I think Shakur Stevenson need better publicists, but I think that's one of the things he probably wish he could take back. But this is why he's alienated so much. This is why people don't like him, making statements like that. But he did make some good points.
He did.
But before we get to that, the whole "I'll whoop your ass" comment moment, Stevenson told Sharpe that he would whoop his ass. And I just thought, just for context, people should know what's going on here. Shakur Stevenson is 5'8", 135, 140 pounds on fight night. He is a world champion. Shannon Sharpe is 6'2", 225, 235. You know, who knows what he weighs right now.
More than that.
Yeah, he probably is more. It was the playing weight. He looks bigger now than it was when he was a player. So he's 6'2". We just say 240. And he's NFL Hall of Fame at tight end. So he's used to physicality.
Yep.
Who wins?
Man, Sharpe picking that boy up and doing the Undertaker on the tombstone on him.
I'm just wondering, dog. Sharpe laughed off responding that he believed that he could handle Shakur Stevenson because the enormous size difference. The size difference. Sharpe joked that his weight advantage would matter more than Stevenson's boxing skills in a real fight. Boxing skills do translate in a real fight. I think people should know that.
They do.
Shakur Stevenson got in a scrap at the gas station a couple of years ago.
I remember that.
It was like about 3 of them boys up against him, and Shakur Stevenson walked away unscathed.
I think he knocked somebody out.
Yeah, he hit him with a smooth uppercut. So, but that dude wasn't 6'2", 240. So we'll see.
I think Sharpe just grabs him and it's over with. If we're being honest, like I don't think he's gonna try to hurt him, but I think he'll grab him like, hey man, you can't calm down.
I just think it's a closer matchup than you would think. I mean personally, it's what 6 inches. And
I'm not saying he's gonna get beat up. I'm just saying Sharpe might grab him at some point and it's over with.
Shannon got to get in there first. He got to be willing to take that punch. He's an older man. I don't know. He is 100 pounds heavier, though. But, yeah, let me see.
Put them pads on.
Stevenson suggested that Sharpe wouldn't land anything meaningful. But that's all. This is all hoopla. The real debate was, this is what I want to get into that. This is the real debate. Which viewpoint do you see? Sharpe's viewpoint was boxing is entertainment. Knockouts sell. Aggressive fighters become stars. Examples of that, Tank Davidson, Manny Pacquiao, Deontay Wilder, Material Gotti for the older crowd, Mike Tyson, Oscar De La Hoya. All those guys were aggressive fighters who went out, had action fights, and became big-name stars. Had one-punch knockout power in Tyson and Wilder. So he said defensive fighters struggle more to become crossover stars. That's what he's trying to tell Stevenson. That's what he's trying to say. His argument was never about Stevenson's greatness as a boxer. He said he was a skillful boxer. His thing was Stevenson would never be a star because of his fighting style. He couldn't get over with the crowd. Stevenson's viewpoint was boxing is the sweet science. It's to get hit. It's to hit and not get hit. Defense should be celebrated, not criticized. I think that's what he was trying to say. Knockout hunting causes unnecessary punishment. shortens careers. I think many boxing purists agree with me on that. That you don't want to see your favorite fighter in too many slugfests because they won't be around long. I mean, example, I know there's a lot of stuff going on before the fight, but Earl Spence, Terence Crawford. Earl Spence was one of my favorite fighters during the time. He fought Crawford over 3 years ago. Took a horrible beating. Hadn't been in the ring since. He's coming back in a few weeks, finally, against Tim Tszyu. We're going to be covering that. But those slugfests caught up to him. And the bad training camp and the catching weight, all that kind of caught up to him. And he took a beating.
And the car crash.
Oh, yeah, forgot about the car crash. But I don't want to put all that in there and say it had something to do with the fight. Terence Crawford rightfully won that fight.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm just giving context.
Credit for that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, you don't want your fighter in too many slugfests. It can take some years off of them. So I'm interested to see what Spence looks like coming back. I think if I was to make I think if I could try to clarify the argument that Stevens is trying to make, he's trying to say he's an undefeated world champion in multiple weight classes. He's saying he knows what he's talking about when he's talking boxing. The goal is to win. That is the goal. The goal is to win. Secondary is the entertainment. And when you look at Shannon, I guess you could say casual fans overwhelmingly gravitate toward action fighters, knockout artists, as you would say, because they become bigger stars. Look what happened with David Benavidez after he beat Caleb Plant. And, he became a bigger star. More people know David Benavidez, most likely, than they do Shakur Stevenson. It's debatable, but if they both fight on the same day, who fights you watching live? I'm watching David Benavidez.
I was about to say, I knew Benavidez before I knew Shakur Stevenson. I knew Benavidez when I was in college. I just heard about Shakur Stevenson about 2 or 3 years ago. But I am also.
Go ahead.
I said I'm also a casual boxing fan, as you know, but I do know names, and I think
that's the argument Shakur Stevenson saying. Casual fans shouldn't be talking about boxing; they don't know boxing. I think anybody who wants to talk boxing should be talking boxing because boxing needs anybody to talk about them, in my opinion. I love this sport. I'm a hardcore boxing fan, but even I get tired of it. All of the network drama, all the sanctioning bodies and all the fees, all the hoopla about drug tests, fighters dodging this, fighters dodging that, fighters signing with certain promotions because they ain't got to fight other guys. All these Twitter finger guys on the internet, but then can't sign a contract to get in the ring to fight nobody. It's always some excuse. Always some other opponent in the way. Or I can't make the weight. Or I already signed to fight this guy. Then why are you talking about this guy if you already signed to fight that guy? That's why I go on a whole tangent about that too. But, anyway, the public reaction is the public is split. The internet is split between two camps. Most boxing fans would side with Stevenson. I would actually side with Shakur Stevenson, even though I gave him a hard time in this video. I do side with Shakur Stevenson a lot. With the casual viewers probably siding with Shannon Sharpe. But some of the statements that Shakur made, completely unnecessary and disrespectful for one, because this man got you on his platform, and
I was about to say that
he helping you grow your brand.
Yep.
You're gonna get more fans because of this.
Yep. And
you disrespecting him. And you haven't came out and apologized yet, to my knowledge. So,
and Shannon Sharpe interviews everybody. He likes everybody. He don't start no mess or nothing like that. And if he says something, he's not the smartest guy in the world when it comes to speaking and getting his point across. So sometimes you have to take that into effect and just ask more questions and not jump to consumers, and not jump to assumptions like Shakur Stevenson did. Because honestly, I don't think Shannon Sharpe was being disrespectful. He was saying his opinion.
He wasn't trying. It was not intentional. He literally said he was a very skillful boxer.
And if he was being disrespectful, he wouldn't have you on his platform.
Exactly. What the disconnect was when he said Stevenson wasn't a star. When he was trying to say Stevenson won't be a mega star or a big star or a superstar until he does this X, Y, and Z, which is be more entertaining or whatnot. The only person I can think of that fought similar to Shakur Stevenson was Floyd Mayweather. But even before Floyd Mayweather started fighting in that style,
he was knocking people out.
Before he was beating people's ass as Pretty Boy Floyd.
Exactly.
So people forget that part. Before he was a big name, he was beating ass, like laying people out.
Yeah.
And I think Shakur forgets that, and that's how Mayweather got to where he was. Plus his promotional ability, which Shakur doesn't have. But Shakur will be a bigger name, a bigger brand coming off this interview because of how disrespectful he was.
Yep.
And I just think that's kind of messed up. But
let me ask you this: do you think it could have been kind of staged?
I doubt it, but I don't put nothing past nobody.
It's right. I don't either. I'm just playing devil's advocate here, but they're in a sense they're both correct. Like, and this is where us coming as wannabe analysts and us with our podcast and channel and talking, we have a right to our opinion. Nobody does have to agree with us, but if we have the facts to back it up, you can't dismiss the opinion. And I think instead of hearing Shannon Sharpe, he was literally just dismissing everything he had to say, which is not how you talk, which is not how you have a conversation in an argument. And then when you say I'll beat your ass, that means you lost the argument. Point blank, period.
I don't think there's any real beef between Stevenson or Sharpe. You got to remember, Stevenson's coming from a generation where they take things personally.
Yeah. And
they taking shots at his style, he didn't like that. I think Stevenson confused technical excellence with being commercial appeal. And Stevenson, in my opinion, he doesn't have commercial appeal. He's not a crossover star. He's not a guy you look at and like the whole town's going to stop to watch his fights. Because you look at where he fights at, most of the arenas are pretty empty sometimes. I do think Sharpe oversimplified Stevenson's skill, was kind of poor judgment, but I don't know. I mean, I still think he got across the right way.
Yeah, I think Sharpe came out wrong.
Stevenson just softened his stance, didn't help at all. But I don't think he wanted to soften his stance because Shakur Stevenson was just too disrespectful.
Yeah.
Neither team changed their mind, so that's why we had to stand still. But my assessment, from a pure boxing perspective, Stevenson had a stronger argument. Elite defense is a trait that most boxers would love to have at the championship level. Next to that, from a business perspective, Shannon Sharpe has a very strong point. Fans will pay more for action fights than seeing the technical geniuses out there boxing. Those guys struggle to fill arenas, like Stevenson himself, who doesn't sell out arenas. He'll sell out in Newark, New Jersey, or something like that, but that's pretty much it. I think they were arguing 2 different points. Stevenson was defending what wins fights. Shannon Sharpe was talking about what builds stars. And I think in that instance, they're both right. But I digress. I'll leave it up to y'all to decide in the comment section. I said my piece. Tyler, you got anything you want to say about it?
As a boxing casual, you hurt my feelings, Shakur Stevenson.
Hey, boxing fam. Y'all get down in the comment section, tell me what y'all think. With that, I'm out. Peace.